Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning. I'm Randy Burt. I'm sitting in for you-know-who, Mr. Doc Hamels, which is who knows where. I think he's out checking out the family in the country. So we're going to have a good show today. I got 3 great guests. Since the last show, did a little traveling, went to Hawaii. We all got sick. It was a rough week in Hawaii, but still had a good time. The weather was good, a little windy. Our motel sounded like somebody outside blowing a horn all the time. We're on the 25th floor. And so that was probably that was my 12th, the kids' second and fourth, and probably the last time I'll be going there. But we had a good time. So today we're just going to talk about a certain thing. But before we do that,
excuse me, Mr. Announcer.
yes,
If I want to call into your show, could you tell us the phone number?
Hey, Pinky, just look at the screen. There's the phone number. 716-753-5225. Call in and say hello.
Hey, Mr. Announcer, you can also email us at chautauquasunrise@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook.
Hey, Pinky, I'm a big follower of Facebook. I'm gonna post right now.
Jeff, I don't know where you found these guys, but One of the signs that popped up that they forgot to mention, even though I forgot to mention the phone number and all that, was WRFA in Jamestown, New York. 107.9. We're on the radio there Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. So if you can't see us on TV and you're cruising around Jamestown in your car, you can listen to us. So WRFA in Jamestown, New York. So today I got a few announcements. I still don't know where those guys came from. Aren't cartoons like in Hollywood or
Invaders.
theaters? It's like
Gremlins that we have in the system.
Justin says they're gremlins that give us problems. No, that's me accidentally hanging up the phone wrong. So I got a few announcements today. I'm not sure if Doc will be calling in, but have mercy on me. First, Recruit New York. Join the fire department. It's today and tomorrow, April 22nd and 23rd. Fire departments are in desperate need of volunteers. So get out there. I think most fire departments today have open houses. Sign up and become a fireman. Slide number 15, Jeff. Informational meeting, Wednesday, May 10th. St. Mary's of Lourdes Church in Mayville, meeting time 7 o'clock. Chautauqua area, Habitat for Humanity. We'll be hosting this meeting to create a new foundation for our satellite in Mayville Westfield area. We need volunteers to help meet the mission to rebuild and renovate homes to support families in our region. We're all invited. We're inviting the community members to come and learn how they can be part of this. I've been to the Habitat for Humanity a couple times. They do an awesome job. So if you want to volunteer with money or labor is what they really need, just come on out. Friday in Westfield, New York. That's my new home. I like to hang out up in Westfield. First Fridays are back this year in Westfield, starting Friday, May 5th. The street fair event will be held in downtown Westfield, organized by the Westfield Barcelona Community Chamber Committee. Woo, that's a big word. The theme for this season opener is Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Is that the mayor? No,
It's May 5th.
It's May 5th, yep.
It's a celebration from Mexico.
First Friday runs from 5 to 8 and is fun for the whole family, with businesses staying open, vendors offering food and more, and entertainment. If you want to be a vendor or a sponsor, you can easily sign up online through our web calendar at www.chautauquachamber.org, or for more information, contact Community Chamber Coordinator Stanzi Grady at sgrady@chqchamber.org, or you can call them at 716-484-1101, extension 300. Additional Fridays will be held June 2nd, July 7th, August 4th, September 1st, and October 6th. I think I got a caller.
Already?
Yep, Doc.
Doc!
Yeah, I'm watching you.
You better not be. I'm a good boy.
Where did you get those characters?
I don't know. They just popped up.
Do I have to pay them?
They just came. I don't know. Yeah, Gremlins. Justin blames them for anything that goes wrong, except for me accidentally shutting somebody off on the telephone, which I'm good at. So where are you at?
I'm here in northern Texas. I'm watching you way over here.
Whoa, way down in Texas.
Way down here in the Texas hills.
Whoa, they got hills
So
in Texas?
who are your guests today? Let's see who they are.
I have Linda
Linda who?
Spaulding. We know
Linda
Linda.
Spaulding from the telephone lady? Hey, Linda, it's my turn to call.
Yeah.
It's my turn to talk to you from the studio.
Well, I'm going to be watching.
And I have Patricia Pat Cook.
Good morning.
She's the president of what we're going to be talking about, which is, and board member Jeff Szabo.
That's right.
Hey, I got it right. He's the guy that's going to be the money raiser.
Money guy, huh?
We're going to
Does
talk
Pat
about.
sing- Wait a minute. I have a question.
Okay.
You said Pat Cook. Is she the Pat Cook that sings?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I know who she is.
And Jeff just retired from Chautauqua Sympathy Orchestra.
We have celebrities on this morning.
Yeah.
These guys all laugh at me when I get tongue-tied on Saturday morning.
Oh,
It's not easy
man.
doing that show, is it? Yeah.
I got to put a clamp on it, pull it out so it doesn't wrap up.
Well, listen, I'm not going to hold you up. I'm going to be sitting here watching, and I want to thank your guests for being on the show today, and good luck on your fundraiser. Okay, everybody?
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
okay,
you.
Doc.
Thank you,
Very
and
much.
you have a wonderful time in Texas.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we'll be back next week, and we'll do it all over again. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Catch you later,
Thank you,
Doc. Yeah, we're already halfway across the country, so. The city of Dunkirk announces its 2023 spring and summer events schedule on a sunny Thursday afternoon at the boardwalk. The Keystone Music on the Pier event will run every Tuesday from June 8th to August 24th. It will feature 8 dates on its namesake pier and Foreign Memorial Park. New this year, each night of music will have a theme such as R&B night, Americana night, and Roots Rock night. According to Ryan Hall, events coordinator for the city, there will also be a new cystic fibrosis walk June 3rd at Point Gatriot. He also mentioned the new youth boxing tournament, set up for Fired Up for Summer event later in June. Here we go, Linda. A polka band will play Fired Up for Summer too, an announcement that drew applause. Have you ever polka danced?
Sure.
I watch it on TV sometimes, right after Gilligan's Island, before the Three Stooges, I think.
Well, we went to Dingus Day.
Wedged in.
Really?
The doghouse.
Yes.
That
Eagles
sounds,
Day.
sounds sort of fun.
Polish band
Oh,
from
they
Erie.
wonderful. Yeah.
Events and music will start beginning in June and run all summer. Further information can be found on the City of Dunkirk website and the Dunkirk Observer. Here's one from Jamestown. Local furniture store celebrates 50 years in business with a dedication to Jamestown furniture history exhibit. Lafayette Corners Furniture Store in Jamestown, New York will be celebrating 50 years of doing business in the downtown area with a special dedication to the history of local furniture manufacturing in Jamestown in May. Not Jamestown. Our local furniture, there we go. At the turn of the century, Jamestown was emerging as one of the leading wood furniture manufacturing centers of the nation. At one time, there were approximately 50 furniture manufacturing companies in Jamestown, and Jamestown was once referred to as the second largest furniture market in the United States. Because of the large furniture history in the Jamestown area, Lafayette Corners has created a little piece of furniture history inside the store, located at 215 West 4th Street, Jamestown. Some of the local furniture manufacturers in the Jamestown area include Jamestown Royal, Maddox, Jamestown Lounge, Monitor, Union National, Crawford's, and Jamestown Sterling. The dedication will kick off on May 5th in conjunction with their 50th sale. Where is it here? Crawford's. I used to get a kick out of Crawford's because they advertise, they put stuff on the prices right. I was like, I'm going to go on there and win it. I could just stop there on the way home from work and get my prizes and save the shipping.
Yeah, and they've been here a long time.
Oh, yeah. They had a bad fire, I think, last summer that pretty much finished off that building. But
It's a shame.
I went there as a kid and got to go through it. Earth Day cleanup today, Village of Mayville from 10:30 to 5 p.m. Garbage bags and gloves are available at Evergreen Outfitters. Googles and safety vests are encouraged but not required. Trash drop-off 10:30 to 3 Evergreen Outfitters, 3:30 to 5 Village Recycling Center. No blue bags will be accepted. All participants will be placed into a drawing for prizes donated by local businesses upon turning in their trash. And they have quite a crew of sponsors. I'm going to hang off on that one there. It'll take me the whole show. But hey, come out and clean up Mayville for my buddy Rick, the mayor. So now, before I start the show, I have a PSA. And guess what? Guess who's back? I think. Come on, guys.
Sorry, Mr. Announcer, got something to say. Pinky, what do you think of my new glasses? The Lions Club helped me get them. I was in school. I couldn't see the chalkboard. The teacher was always sending me to the principal, saying I wasn't paying attention. The nurse looked and said my eyes were bad. So she got a hold of the Lions Club and they helped me get some glasses. Now I can see really good. Yes, it was sad when Dad lost his job during COVID. No insurance, and my eyes were so bad.
Yes, it was sad when Dad lost his job during COVID. But man, you look cool with those new glasses. And now, when we turn 16, I'm not gonna be afraid to ride with you in a car.
Hey,
Are they
thank
able
you.
to drive?
I don't know, man. I don't think I'd ride with them, but the way their feet are popping out, they'd be popping out and wrapping around the car. That's Pinky and Blinky. They're on their way back right now via the internet to California because they're going to be on Saturday morning cartoons. But actually, I made them at Lakeshore Center for the Arts at Westfield. And I'm not perfect. I can't draw. But I wanted to hit the spot. So I think I hit it
I
because
think so.
I think one time in school I couldn't see, and even though my parents had insurance, I didn't really want to get glasses. So I think I told the teacher, oh, my parents can't afford glasses. So that just came back to the days.
I remember when I was a freshman in college, everybody was wearing glasses. And I went to the eye doctor because I wanted glasses. Because everybody in school had glasses. And I had excellent vision. He wouldn't give me glasses.
Oh, man.
Well, now that you need glasses, you don't want to wear them, I know.
So now that we've talked about glasses in the Lions Club, I have 3 guests here figuring they're never going to get on today. So
It's all right.
I started out inviting Linda, and she brought 2 friends with. So I'd like to welcome the Mayville Chautauqua Lions Club. We have President Patricia Cook.
Hello?
We have Vice President Linda Spaulding.
Hello?
And we have board member Jeff Szabo. Now, Jeff,
Hello.
he's going to do the fundraising. Got to make some money there, but I know hardly anything about the Lions Club. I remember always seeing the box, put your glasses in, and a little vending machine with mints.
Right.
And
We still do that.
I really don't know much about it, so I thought today would be a perfect day to learn. But before we do that,
Educate you.
let's introduce everybody. So, Patricia, you're president. So, are you a local person? Have you?
Yes, I graduated from Mayville School back when it was Mayville School. And that was in 1971. And so you can see I'm dated here now. But yeah, I worked for the county for 18 years. I started out with the comptroller, went to work with Sandy Sopek under the clerk's office, and then my final place was with emergency services under Julius Leone. And I retired from there, and now I'm basically following my dream of being a singer.
A singer?
Yes. I do a Patsy Cline tribute, and I also do another show that I call The Women of Country. And I do it at nursing homes, for senior citizen meetings. There's a few gazebos that I do it for. And some other festivals will ask me to come and do either one. I do other songs too, but those are the two that I promote the most because I have a fascination with Patsy Cline. I've read so much about her, and what I do is I come out dressed like her, and then I will tell you stories about her in between the songs, and I'll pretend like I am her come back to life, and then I will, just tell you all these stories about her, and people seem to love it. The nursing home people absolutely love it. Assisted living, they'll sing right along with me. And a fascinating thing about it is that I will go to like where they have Alzheimer's patients, and they will sing right along with me. And that's amazing because a lot of these people don't remember who their families are, but yet they'll remember every word of Patsy Cline songs. And the whole thing just gives me a chill. And I just am so happy that I can make them happy and do that.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to retirement homes and nursing homes, and they got to have something to do down there. I mean, my ma at the end was just, they keep her in a room, and she'd just wait for somebody to come and see her. And
And Pat was our choir director. She organized St. Mary's Bells.
Yeah, the Bells of St. Mary's.
Bells of St. Mary's.
We had about probably 10 or 12 women and men.
Doug was part of it too.
And we would go to the different nursing homes and sing it, all kinds of different things.
See, I'm jealous I can't sing. Back in music class, you made your mouth move. I could not sing.
Lip
It's like,
syncing.
oh, please get this class over. So our next guest here, y'all know her. You hear her beautiful voice every week.
Oh, thank you.
Sometimes I accidentally click the phone off on her by accident. We got a really complicated phone system here, and if you don't hit this button right and that button right, they're gone. I always tell the people, hey, if I cut you off, call me back. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning. Well, it's great to be on the show, and thank you for having us and being able to talk about the Lions Club. And of course, I've been on the show before, and I've lived in Chautauqua County since 1979 when I got married to Doug Spaulding, who taught you in school. Did he teach you in school?
No, I was Faulkner boy.
So I've been here, and during that time, I worked for Chautauqua County in various departments. Most recently, where I retired from was Chautauqua County Aging Services Department, and I spent 20 years at Chautauqua Opportunities. And during that time, most of my work was dedicated to senior employment and senior training for employment. And it was a very, very rewarding, beautiful job.
Oh, man, I suppose that would be great. And down on the end, we have board member Jeff Szabo. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. And yes, I'm relatively new resident of the county. I worked at Chautauqua Institution in the Symphony Orchestra for over 40 years, and about 2 years ago retired from that job and met my wife at Chautauqua. She grew up in Dunkirk, and about 2 years ago we purchased a historical home in Panama, New York. So we're now spending the whole year here. I was expecting, ice fishing and snowmobiling and
surprise.
Yes, I was looking forward to that. It was, I thought, a very light winter.
Very.
Yep. So, and before that, I lived north of New York City in Ossining, New York, for approximately 30 years. Before that, I lived in New York City, and I played maybe 30 different Broadway shows,
Wow.
Carnegie Hall about 100 times, Met Opera. I was a New York freelance musician, so, but I always spent my summers in Chautauqua since 1980. So it's great to be back, and it's interesting now to be a year-round resident, and I'm almost ready to celebrate my 1-year anniversary of being a Lion.
Gee, congratulations. Now,
Thank you.
we did have ice fishing this year. I don't know
For
if you
one
looked-
day?
I don't know if you looked out on the lake. You saw a little patch of ice and a boat pulled up to it. Next, they drilled a hole in the ice and we're fishing, we're ice fishing. Well, let's pick on Jeff.
Maybe
about
next
that.
winter.
Yeah, maybe.
Global
We
warming.
didn't
you
get
know,
no
right?
ice castle.
You had fireworks, though.
I think they had
We
fireworks.
had this festival.
I built the ice castle. Helped
And the
build it.
nice thing about that is, when you go to a winter festival and you go to the vendors, you don't have to worry about flies on the food.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's true.
I went to a summer in the park to an event, and it was like, oh, they were terrible. You got right down in the trees, and they had drums and stuff that just plastered with
Well,
them.
since it's been so warm, it's been very buggy around here.
Yeah. But, so you guys are all with the Lions Club, and now, as I say, I've only known the Lions Club pretty much the backs and the candy, but I think there's a little more to it. But so, who wants to tell me about the Lions Club to start
Well, I'll
with?
tell you
Would you
what
like
I
to?
have,
Okay.
All right. Well, first off, I want to thank you very much for having us today. That was
Well,
very
I'm
nice of you
glad
to
you
ask
came.
us. Our club is one of 48,000 clubs around the world.
Wow.
The Lions Club International is the largest service organization in the world, with 1.4 million members over 200 countries. And they champion as their 5 major causes: vision, hunger, diabetes, environmental concerns, and childhood cancer. And their motto is, and our motto is too, we serve. In Chautauqua County, there are 4 local clubs. There's one in Jamestown, there's one in Frewsburg, there's one in Dunkirk, Fredonia, together, and then ours here in Mayville, Chautauqua Lions. And our service area here is Mayville, Chautauqua, Ripley, Westfield, Sherman, and Clymer. And we were formed in 1947 by a group of businessmen who met at the Peacock Inn, if you remember that at all. Probably not. It's been
I
gone for a
remember
long
it. I've
time.
been there.
Over-
I went to the Peacock Inn.
Yeah,
Get
I
over
did
here,
too.
yeah.
Next to the courthouse.
Yep.
Yeah, right next to the courthouse it was. And our primary goal is to meet the needs of the children and adults unable to pay for corrective lenses, hearing aids, and adaptive equipment. But of course, our concerns are a lot, we have a lot more than that as needed by the areas that we serve. And we try to go along with the 5 major causes, like I told you, the vision, hunger, diabetes, environmental concerns, and childhood cancers. So that pretty much in a nutshell. We have about 10 members right now, very active members. We meet once a month at Webb's on the second Wednesday of the month at 6 o'clock. And we would love anyone to join us because we need more volunteers, just like everybody else. Like you were saying, the fire departments need volunteers.
Yes.
People don't seem to want to volunteer as much as
Computer
they used
age,
to.
they work in more than one job.
That's right,
and trying to make
and most of the
ends meet.
time, both parents work, and it makes it difficult to volunteer. But if you have any time at all, like I said, we meet on the second Wednesday at Webb's, and we could certainly use more volunteers.
So when you take the eyeglasses, you just use the frames?
Well, we send them up to Buffalo,
Uh-huh.
and they will take the lenses and regrind them or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what
Oh,
they do, but
really?
we gather them all together. We sort out the ones that are actual prescription, and then the other ones that it might be just, you buy from Walmart or whatever.
Readers.
Yeah, and so then you would put them, we sort them out as to which is which, and then we send them up to Buffalo, and then they will redo them totally.
Wow.
And we do the same with hearing aids.
Hearing aids too?
So if you have some hearing aids that you don't use anymore, or if maybe someone has passed who had hearing aids, you can put them in the same boxes with the eyeglasses. And
Really?
we will send them on to someone who will refurbish them and get them out to people who need them.
That's excellent. I mean, I'm pretty sure, is a lot of it in United States, or does a lot of it go overseas? Or?
It goes where it's needed.
Needed?
They have a certain number of places that they send them to, and people will request them or whatever to organizations all over the world, and so then they will put them all together. And
So sometimes instead of glasses, money sort of works good too.
oh yeah, always.
So I know there's frames, just the frames themselves at Walmart go for like about $10 to, way up there in
Right.
the sky high, and they're expensive. I mean,
Yes, they are.
if
And
you
we
don't
will
have-
help with, if someone is, I don't know what the criteria is exactly, but, we will help people buy their glasses, but I believe it has to be like, they have to have a need.
And they have to write a letter,
Yeah,
it
a
can
letter,
be handwritten,
yeah.
and then they
Uh-huh.
submit it.
Oh.
And then it's presented to the members of the Lions.
Awesome.
And then we
And
have
it's
to
always
decide.
approved.
Great. I mean,
So,
even though I had glasses, I can remember sitting in school like I can't see the board. I can't. And you teacher thinks you're dumb because you can't learn because you can't see.
right.
So the glasses I knew about, the hearing aids I didn't. What other services do you provide?
Oh, let's go to Linda for
well,
that one.
And once again, thank you for having us on,
Oh.
giving us this opportunity. Besides working with the visually and hearing impaired, we also provide other services to the community. We have 5 volunteers at the Mayville Food Pantry.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's down on
99
South
South.
Street.
Yeah, and Jeff is a very active volunteer there.
I
You
did.
volunteer.
Did it yesterday.
The 2 of them
Mhm.
volunteer. Yeah,
and Ann Aiken
and Ann Aiken,
frequently.
and Walsh,
And Odell?
and Odell.
Wow.
So we provide that service. We also help out with the trunk or treat on Halloween. And we get a lot of volunteers, and I know you do it,
Yes,
and you do it
Now is that in Mayville or is it
in Mayville.
Mayville.
Safety
In
building?
Mayville.
Okay.
Some of the churches, right? I
Yes.
think.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Goes to
2 or 3 churches do it, and then we just go to there and provide food or,
Pretty nice.
Yeah. And we also have a scholarship fund for the students at Chautauqua Lake School. And before that, it used to be Mayville Central, of course. And this year, we think we're going to have 2. We're not sure how much the scholarship will be. And it is to be awarded to a student who has shown a lot of volunteerism, who's done a lot of volunteer work. So often, and it's wonderful that we have these scholastic achievers, but so often the scholastic achievers, because they're such great achievers, they're always getting awards. And so these, it has to be primarily volunteerism, and that isn't to say the scholastic achievers don't do this, but the emphasis is, who goes out and helps the community, help assist different people. So we're doing that. And every year, the amount varies according to what our funds are at the time. And also, we want to get more involved with the schools and the youth. Years ago, we used to have, we would have the Lion of the Month, but with COVID, we stopped. And the teachers would recommend who the recognition should be awarded to. And then the students, the parents, or parent and teacher would come to our meeting. So we might start that up again.
Oh,
But we
nice.
stopped that. And then, of course, we had the Junior Lions, and I think we would like to start that again, too, at some point. I would really like to get more involved with the youth, because that's our future.
How does the Junior Lions work? I mean, ages,
Well, they were primarily high school age.
high schoolers? Okay.
And they would have, Ann Aiken used to be the moderator for it, but they had to change it. It had to be somebody from the school. And, it kind of
Limited us.
limited everybody, you know. But if we get more involved with our teachers, and actually we want to educate, that's another one of our primary concerns. And as long as we're talking about education, we've got
Justin, show this.
we have a very big event that we're very proud of, which is coming up as let me get that straight. It's coming up on May 8th, on Monday, at the Chautauqua Institution, Smith Library. It will be at 4:30 p.m. There is no cost, it's free admission. We are going to be serving refreshments, light refreshments, and all are welcome. And the title of it is Little Known Facts About Helen Keller. And Ann Aiken is going to be the presenter. Ann has done, and you all know Ann, she's been on the show before. Ann has great experience about Helen Keller. And Helen Keller is like our big leader. She once said that the Lions Club were the Knights of the Blind, her Knights of the Blind. And this woman was so amazing. And it's going to be focused upon little known facts. We've all seen The Miracle Worker, and what a very fascinating story, and how tragic it was that Helen Keller, at the age of 1.5 years, suffered from, and we've looked it up, there's these, I don't think they knew exactly what it was in those days. She was born in 1882, so it was 1.5 years after that. But they listed as rubella, encephalitis, some have said scarlet fever, when of course it damaged the protective tissues of the nerve, and it affected her hearing and her vision. She permanently lost her hearing and vision. She was not born blind, but at 1.5 years she became blind.
And couldn't hear.
And couldn't hear. And she was such a remarkable woman. There is so much to her, and I don't want to say too much about her, but she almost got married, and she
Giving away a lot.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell.
Don't
Now, a
tell
lot
them
of
to
people
come.
don't know that.
Yeah.
Her father didn't want her to get married. That's why she didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. She was nice to her father, wasn't she? I don't think I would have been that nice.
My dad.
And she did vaudeville shows with Annie Sullivan. They were remarkable women. And there is a picture of Alexander Graham Bell, Annie Sullivan, and Helen Keller. And that photo was taken in Chautauqua Institution when the three of them visited here.
It's got some,
We've got a lot of
quite the history.
We've got a lot of history. And this is what our Little Known Facts event is going to be about. And Anne has done tremendous research. She's even researched and I can say this, she's very modest, and she probably wouldn't want me to be telling her qualifications, because she said the event is about her, about Helen Keller, not her. But she did research extensive, even got copies of documents from the United States Library of Congress. And Anne, of course, taught blind students at BOCES. And she even knows how to create Braille.
wow. I tried, I had a friend that was blind back in the CB days. I went to his house. He had the typewriter. He had, I think it was an Apple game and everything for Braille, and he was trying to teach me. They would, he couldn't drive, but they'd give him a map, and they would have a driver, and they would give him the route they had to drive. And I just can't imagine not being able to see, especially maybe if you're born with it, you know, that's all you know, but somebody that actually could see and then lost their sight.
And as an infant,
That would be,
yeah, 1.5 years.
and then you can't hear to go along with it. It's like
Yeah.
communication would,
Yeah, and she that did not stop her. And I've seen film clips, and I can't locate them. They were put on by the Lions Club, and near a few years ago, Helen Keller meeting Winston Churchill, John F. Kennedy, Franklin D. Roosevelt. And when I see it, it brings me to tears, because blind people put their, and Ann knows more about it, they put their fingers on your nose and your mouth and your throat. And there's pictures of her doing it with these people. And it's just amazing.
Yeah. I'm glad that it never happened to me, but
Yeah.
I've seen people, they seem to do good. That kid that I'm talking about that was blind, we played jarts. You know what jarts is?
Sure.
And the person would stand on the other end and clap like that right by it so he'd know where to throw it. I actually took him jogging at a campground. He held onto their arm and he played foosball. Excellent. So, I mean, you know, you're blind, but man, you can
Their
do
other
so
senses are
much.
so heightened.
Oh my gosh, it's wild. So, what projects are you guys working on nowadays?
Well, this is our
Main project.
main project
Main
coming
project.
up next. And then, of course, Jeff is going to talk more about it. Before I forget, they are having the New York State Convention today in Buffalo.
No, it's next week.
Next week.
Next week?
Next
Oh, I'm
week.
sorry, next
Next
week. Thank you. Wouldn't want anybody going to it today, next week. And then there is also Lions International Convention, and it's going to be in Boston sometime in July. And these events, these conventions are always so invigorating. They're always so much fun. There's such camaraderie, and they're a lot of fun. And they have workshops, and it's really worth it to be able to go, at least to the local one. When Doug was a Lion, I became a member of the Lions Club after, when I retired. But I used to go with him to meetings, and I used to go to him to these various conventions.
Wow.
And I was kind of like an honorary, volunteer Lion, but it was
Much funner than going to something for work,
Right.
like a
Yeah.
work get together.
And Doug really loved being in the
Doug
Lions Club.
was, I remember hearing he was pretty into the Lions Club.
Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful organization.
Oh, my gosh.
And I know that Doc is with Rotary. They do wonderful work too. And because we have limitations with people who are coming in and becoming members of these different organizations, and it's a lot of organizations are doing things together and cooperating.
Yeah, it's just gotten so hard anymore with computers and double jobs, and I think, yeah, I'd just rather play on my cell phone than go to a meeting or something. But volunteering's awesome,
Yeah.
You can do so much good if you have a lot of people.
and you don't have to worry. It's not a job you're not,
Well-
go to a job you're getting paid to get to do it, or you're gonna worry about getting fired.
Well, I always did volunteer work. My parents always encouraged me when I was young. And when I was in high school, my mother belonged to the Hospital Guild for Lady Victory Hospital. And I was a volunteer there in high school. And I would go and visit patients and bring them flowers on behalf of the Hospital Guild. And I also worked at Our Lady of Victory Infant Home as a volunteer to take care of the babies. And there were huge wards of babies then.
You started way before I did.
And when one would cry, of course, they would all cry. And I remember that I got a job over someone else who had the same qualifications that I had in the summer for a summer teaching job because I did volunteer work.
Really awesome. So
So I think Jeff is great.
Sure, I'll tell you about a few of our
yeah,
fundraisers. I would say our major fundraiser will be coming up in July, the exact date being July 26th, and that's a Wednesday, and that will be a chicken barbecue held at the American Legion here in Mayville, and that is a drive-through event.
Now, is the American
You-
Legion on the hill, or is it down?
It's on the hill.
And
What's
the
that
The one on the
Okay,
hill,
okay.
right. It'll be a drive-through event. You can pick up your chicken barbecue. It's all made up for you. And that will be, probably, in the middle of the summer. And it's going to be provided, the food, by Widener's Barbecue.
We've done that for a couple of years now.
Yep.
Great.
And
Really
everybody seems
excellent.
to
It's
really like
delicious.
It's really delicious.
Where are they out of?
They're
Yeah,
out
Eden.
there,
Eden.
yeah.
Eden.
Eden. Oh, wow.
And that's probably our major fundraiser. We also have the mint sales that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And the mints are available in some of the local banks and libraries.
Yeah, that's where I've seen
Yeah.
them.
And I think they're either 50 cents a roll or $1 a roll. And of course, that money goes to support the club and help people out that need help with their vision and their hearing. And also at these sites, the libraries and the banks, we have receptacles for people to drop off their glasses, whether they be prescription glasses or readers or sunglasses, I believe, are even accepted. And in addition to that, we take the hearing aids. And then like Pat was saying earlier, they get sent to Buffalo and recommissioned. And they provide assistance to many people in third world countries that are in great need of vision help and hearing help. So those are our main fundraisers right now.
I know.
If we get more members, maybe we'll have more fundraisers.
I know United States, there's people without money, but I've been to like India and Egypt, and India was like,
Oh, sure.
I'm in a motel, I'm looking out at a little village. They're all outside, little shacks, they got this big well, and they're around the end, they get their animals running around, and I'm like sitting there in a Holiday Inn, and it's like
Sure.
sort of a weird feeling,
What a contrast.
it's like modern day and people are still living that way.
A lot of people in the world.
It's
Live like
crazy,
that, for
but
sure.
you guys are helping them. I think I was on your website real quick. You do cancer. Now, what
Childhood cancer.
how do you work with cancer?
Well, we would donate funds
Oh, okay.
to different organizations that take care of the cancer. And, so we might have a fundraiser specifically for that, which if we have more members, of course, we would have more time
Yeah.
to do that kind of thing. But basically, the chicken barbecue covers about everything that we can donate to, okay? And all that money goes directly to our services in the area. We have another fund that is our management fund, which would be our dues. And I'm not sure, is there something else that goes in there besides our dues? I'm not sure. I'm not the treasurer, so I don't know all
Yeah.
that. But anyway, so all the money goes to our services, and we have given money at times to, for instance, the family who lost their home in Sherman and their child died, and we've donated to that. And we get matching funds sometimes from Lions International or from Lions of New York State. And so I believe we got funds, matching funds,
Yes.
to go to the one in Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
There's criteria for that, but I'm not the treasurer. Like I said, I'm not sure what the criteria is.
Yeah, they
but
have certain things activities that you must perform for different categories.
Mhm.
So there's different divisions. And Ann Walsh is our treasurer, and Ann Aiken has also been treasurer and president.
Yes, she's a secretary.
Secretary now, but she was a past president.
Yes.
And I would like to add that Ann Aiken was the very first woman Lions Club member.
Right.
Not Lioness, Lions Club member
Wow.
in Chautauqua County.
And that was
in
back
this
in the
area.
1990s, wasn't it? Did she
Wow.
agree?
So, before I forget, if people want to send money to you or donate right to you, how can they do that? Do you have like a phone number, an address, or somewhere they can donate? Or they go on your website? Is there a donate button?
Well, we used to have a website, but it's not active anymore
Uh-huh.
that I know
do
of.
have a-
But I do know that we get our donations primarily at our fundraisers.
Okay.
And when we have like our chicken barbecue or whatever, we have a special area too, not just for the cost of the fundraiser itself, but donations. And sometimes people put extra money in or write a check out.
Okay.
That's generally the way we do it.
Yeah.
Right. We also have, there's a website for the Lions Club International. It's just lionsclub.org. if you want to find out more information about the Lions Clubs. We have an email address, which is mclions47@gmail.com. If you would like to let us know, that you'd like to become a member, or if you just are interested in more of what we do, you can send an email to that email address. MC Lions, it's Mayville Chautauqua Lions, so it's mclions47@gmail.com.
47, is that when the club began?
Yes. It was 1947, right?
What is a Leo? I think I saw Leo on your website or one of the
Leo
websites.
would be the high schoolers.
The high schoolers?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
That
what
was
we would like to maybe get started with that again. But there's new conditions regarding that. And in order to be the moderator or the director of the Leos, you have to be employed as a teacher at the
And a
school.
lion.
Okay.
And
So
a
we're gonna
lion. And a
Yeah, yeah,
lion.
we-
So we'd
able to
have to get
handle-
some teachers from Chautauqua Lake
Yeah.
to join us as a lion.
Okay.
And that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
That's what we would love to do, is have a
Well,
teacher
pretty-
like that, so we can start working with the
We're
high
calling
school
on
students.
all teachers.
You guys are out there, teachers from Chautauqua Lake.
You can come on the second Wednesday of every month
Get
to
a
Webb's at
wonderful
6
dinner.
o'clock. Oh, except for June 14th. We won't be there. Because June 14th, we're going to go to the observatory. What was the name of that observatory? Yes, the one over in
Colmart's?
Yes, that's the one. We're going to go visit there because there's an event that's happening next April 8th of 2024 that we are interested in to protect children from getting blind. That is the total eclipse of the sun. And it'll be here in Chautauqua County. It's going to be, the total eclipse will be right here. There's a whole section, but my husband George and I went to the open house that they had at the observatory in January, I believe it was, and they were talking about it. And my thought was, they told you can wear certain really strong sunglasses that are made specifically for looking at this. And we thought, gosh, maybe we could donate some of those glasses to the schools. Well, then I've talked to them since, found out that they have already ordered 10,000. And along with BOCES, they put their funds together and bought these, and they're going to distribute them among the schools. So I guess we're a little behind the 8 ball on that
So
one.
they actually
but-
have glasses now that you can observe the...
yeah,
So you
they're,
don't damage your eyes.
Do you remember in school we had like a box and
Oh,
the
yes.
light?
I remember.
yeah.
Somehow the
So you
light
see
went
the
in there
shadow.
and you could see the
the thing
shadow.
is,
then-
you got to be very careful with them because you got to be sure that the kids will wear them first of all and not just play with them. And so there's a liability there. So I'm kind of glad
Don't
we're
want
not
anybody
doing
going
that.
blind.
But that's what BOCES and the observatory are doing. So we want to go talk to them about it, and some of our members have never been there. So we made an appointment for June 14th to go and visit the observatory, which is a
That place is
fascinating place if
awesome.
you've ever been there.
I've
It's
been there, it's
really
awesome.
a place to go. It really is. And it's amazing to me that they're all volunteers there. No one is paid, and they've come in with all this equipment that they've had donated, money or whatever. If you get a chance, go there because it's a wonderful place, and it's to imagine that it's here in Chautauqua County is awesome.
Now, I've learned a lot about not looking at the sun, but as a photographer, you're trying to get the sun in a sunset. You got a 300 zoom lens on there.
Yeah.
You get it in the eyes, but
Yeah.
remember a few years ago with COVID, they had the old airplanes fly over?
Yes.
Well, I'm in Bemis. I think this was Jets that day. They're coming off Long Point. I got the camera on it. They come over like this, and I get right over the casino, and it's like right smack in the sun with that zoom lens. Man, I tell you, it was hard to see for a while with that one.
I bet.
It's like blew my head off there. It was like all of a sudden right smack in that big sun. But yeah, you got to protect your eyes. You got to have them. You really need them.
Yes.
So we have a little over 4 minutes. So I'm trying to think. I got a couple books here that you brought me.
These are magazines that we did.
Magazines. This is a Lions magazine. Can you see it, Justin? He's got the light.
I
So
think that
this
comes
year-
quarterly, doesn't it? It's quarterly that the members get that.
We have this, this was winter. It's it's different things in it, and this is about your convention that's gonna be
Next week?
in
Next week.
Buffalo. April 28th to 30th. He's switching cameras. Now, how many places come to Buffalo? New York State, other countries, or states?
New York
It's
State
New York
and
State
and
and
Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Other countries.
Believe it or not, it's all New York State and Bermuda. For
Bermuda.
some reason, Bermuda got
Bermuda.
into New York State.
For some reason.
We're not sure why.
Maybe the Bermuda Triangle. Who knows?
I'm not sure.
We got the Lake Erie Triangle, you never know, but
But maybe we'll have a convention in Bermuda one of these days.
Right.
gotta bring them this way. Have they ever had a convention in Chautauqua County?
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They might.
That would be.
I know my kids, through the Board of Elections last summer, they were gonna have one in August where all the commissioners come. They go usually to Albany, but, well, what happened was they had another election and they didn't have time to, all of a sudden they have the fall election for
Special election.
special election. They had to go through all the
Yeah.
early voting, and so they didn't get time to get it down here, but hopefully someday they'll get them down here. And I think they were at Chautauqua one time, but. So we got 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Well, who would like to talk and tell me any more you got about the Lions Club?
Well, we are always looking for volunteers, as we said, and that's a very important goal, because the more people we have, the more we can do,
Yes.
and the more we can serve the community. And while we do, definitely our focus is for the visually and hearing impaired, we provide other services to the community.
I did see diabetes.
Yes, yes, because diabetes is related to
Yeah.
blindness.
Wow.
And the food
I-
bank feeding the hungry.
I had a friend that had diabetes and he lost his sight, and then it just went downhill. And
Yeah.
I'm worried about that. And it's like, 'cause you
At
don't-
one
you
time, we
never
were
listen to
talking
the
about
doctor.
working with finding the service dogs for
Yes.
blind people. So if they needed to get a service dog, we would find ways to do that.
Yeah.
And that was one of our
They're
projects at one
amazing,
time.
aren't they?
Oh,
Just
dogs are wonderful.
Amazing. I'm afraid of
All
dogs,
dogs.
but
But we would like everyone to come to our meetings, and if they would like to find more out about it, usually if you come to the first meeting, we will pay for your dinner. So there's a thing to bring you in. It's at Webb's on the second Wednesday of every month, except for, like I said, June this month, that month will not be out. But every other month, all the other months will be the second Wednesday of the month at 6 o'clock at Webb's. So come on and see what we are all about and join us. We would love that.
you come in, you're gonna get hooked, right?
Yeah, that's right. We'll get you
It's
in.
like, hey, why not? There's a lot of people that are retired. They could get in, and what am I talking about? I need to. I mean, my old car, we have a hard time getting anywhere, but
Any phone numbers?
yeah, any phone number,
I don't
contact
think-
anybody, or?
Well, there's a phone number on this flyer. I don't know if we
Okay,
should-
whose number is
It's
that?
probably Ann's.
It's
would
Ann's?
be my
Okay.
guess.
Yeah, call Ann. She loves phone calls.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sure, we can
You have
give
to read
this
the
phone.
number off of there because I don't have it.
Sure, it's 716-665-7432.
716.
And that would give you information about the barbecue as well, coming up in July.
Okay,
And any questions about the Lions, I'm sure, could be fielded at that number.
And that website we had to, not the
Right.
website, the email address that I gave you, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, it was mclions47@gmail.com.
awesome. Well,
That would be a great way to
Thank you
do it.
very much for coming in.
Thank you.
That
Thank
hour
you
go
for
by
having us.
fast?
Yes, it did.
It goes by way fast sometimes. So I just want to thank everybody today. I want to thank Justin on camera,
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Jeff in the control room,
Thank you, Jeff.
and don't forget
Jeff.
Pinky and Blinky.
The stars of the show.
Someday I've got to learn to draw. Well, thanks everybody. Doc will
Thank
be
you.
back next week, and he's got a good guest coming up. So This show was fun. I knew.
Yeah, we're good.